The pitch process ran its course much like a traditional pitch process. We received a pitch brief at the beginning of the year. It was ourselves and 3 or 4 other agencies who were invited to present present credentials, represent ourselves, who it is we are, and why we think we're suited to work with Hansa. Based on that, a shortlist was drafted, very competitive shortlist. I might add some of the big players, some of the hot players in the industry at the moment, both in Cape Town and in Johannesburg. And it was, as you would expect with SAB, a very, very robust process, a process that demanded a lot of us, both in terms of the intensity, in terms of our creative offer, our strategic offer. SAB are, and we know, having worked with them for many, many years on many of their brands, an incredibly intense organization that places a huge amount of emphasis on strategy, creativity and delivery. And that's a pressure that they live with each and every day within their business, and they expect their partners to certainly live up to that. It was a great process. It was a process that tested us as we expected, and it was one that at the end of the process, when the conversation was had around us being appointed, there was a huge amount of relief, a huge amount of elation, and a massive sense of achievement on our side. Probably a 4 or 5 week process, relatively quick, a lot of very senior involvement on SAB's side, a lot of very senior involvement from our side, which I think really helped the process. So we kind of cut through the bureaucracy. For us, it was great. The thing that agencies I think always ask is, can the process be as quick as possible? Can we be clear on what it is you're looking for? Can we represent ourselves to the very best of our ability? And can you please make a decision based on that? And let's get to it, and let's get going. It took quite a formal slant, I suppose, in that if we asked a question of Hansa furnished us with an answer, but then furnished all of the other pitching agencies with an answer too. So it was incredibly transparent. Everyone had access to exactly the same information. We weren't privy to anything that no one else was exposed to, and vice versa. So it was a very open process, a very honest process, and a process that we enjoyed. Pitch processes aren't always the most enjoyable things in the world, because one feels like there is sometimes a lack of engagement throughout the process, which isn't really reflective of a real life relationship with a client, where we know there is a constant ongoing engagement and conversations happening between meetings, I suppose, and this was quite reflective of that. And I think the benefit was that SAB got to know, or certainly the Hansa team got to know, that the agency that they were partnering with was an agency that they could trust to deliver, but also an agency and a team that they knew on the softer stuff, in terms of personality, in terms of just an ability to understand each other and meet each other on again, some of those softer issues was completely aligned, which in our experience is so much more than just the soft stuff, which very often gets relegated to being not as important as the delivery stuff. In our experience, the soft stuff is as fundamentally important. Hansa is a brand that we haven't worked on for many, many years, and it's a brand that we've looked on with a little bit of jealousy, to be completely honest. It's an iconic brand, and within South Africa, it's a brand that has traditionally been very clear around what it is. And I think that it's a brand which, over the course of the last couple of years, has possibly to some extent, I wouldn't say gotten lost, but a brand that has lost touch with exactly what it is. So in terms of taking a new direction, I'm not so certain. Perhaps a step back to what it is that makes Hansa so unique and what makes Hansa so special, and an attempt to be very, very clear about why Hansa was so successful in the past, and how can we reset that and re-energize the brand for a new period of positive growth.